Hey guys, Sheena here with Olle Gardens. Welcome to another video. If you are a subscriber, we thank you so much for coming back and supporting our channel and telling the algorithm that this is the place to be. This is where the party's at after all, right? Today we're going to be working with cranberries. Now, I've seen this trend or recipe online where you take cranberries and you soak them in 2 cups of Sprite, 2 cups of juice, orange juice, and then you take them, you drain them, and toss them in some powdered sugar, and then bake them in the oven at 200 degrees. Let them cool, and it makes an awesome candied cranberry. Now, I feel like I gotta do it. Like, I gotta do it. But I want to do it 2 ways. I want to do it with the original recipe where you just put it in the oven. But I'm also thinking that I want to do a freeze-dried version. And to do that, I'm going to take my current cranberries that I have soaking, and I'm just going to kind of split that into 2 different batches. And I did 2 cups of the cranberries, 2 cups of juice, 2 cups of Sprite, 2. And they've been in the refrigerator. They've been sitting overnight. Let me grab them. I let them sit out for a little while on the counter for a couple of hours, and I laid them like this, and then every 30 minutes or so I would just come and flip them just to make sure that everything got that soaking. I have to look up the reason why we're doing this. I feel like it has to do with breaking up some of the bitterness or sourness that the cranberries can have. I'm gonna try to be brave and taste one.
Yep, that's me.
Oh,
You're probably
gosh.
wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Whew. I think I'm gonna save the juice that comes out of this for potentially another batch. So to do that, instead of pouring it directly in the sink, let's get a strainer. And there we go. Ta-da! Oh, let's move that. Okay, so let's go ahead and dump this in. Ooh, I don't want to make a huge mess here. Did it anyway. Okay. Oh, that wasn't too bad of a mess, Sheena. That's not too bad. Alright. Let's get that out of the way. I think I'm gonna have to do this video again. Like, I'm gonna have to do 2 separate things here. I don't think I have enough to split this. So, since I do need to start the freeze dryer, because I have some avocados, and y'all know avocados, that I also want to get into the freeze dryer, we're gonna do the freeze dried version first. So yeah, that's what we'll do, because avocados are like, I'm ready, I'm perfect, and then I'm dead. And so this juice, I'm gonna take it and pour it back into our jar. This is juice and Sprite mixed together. Orange juice and Sprite. I'm gonna get the lid back on it. And once I get another bag of those cranberries rinsed off, I'll go ahead and put them in here and do the same thing overnight. And tomorrow we'll record the making of our batch that we're going to put into the oven. But for today, we're going to go ahead and do our freeze dry version. Let's get this stuff out of the way. So as I was looking up videos and information online about how I would potentially go about freeze drying this, I was really disappointed at first because I came across information that pretty much said that cranberries don't freeze dry very well. And generally speaking, for any fruit or vegetable that has seeds in it, freeze drying can be difficult because the seeds can kind of trick the machine into thinking that all the moisture is out, when in reality the seeds are holding on to moisture. And then as you package up this item in your Mylar bags or your jars or however you're planning on doing that, that moisture will release over time, causing spoilage to the product that you just worked so hard to get preserved. And so I get that. What I plan to do, you basically just take them and you put whatever you're going to mix in, and then you're going to break them up. Like put them in a blender and just pulse them to crack the skins. And what I just found as I was chewing that particular cranberry is that the skins are kind of tough. And let's put this in the fridge. So now I'm just going to go to the pantry shelf area back here. Grab the powdered sugar. Now, I went ahead and got organic because if this is something that I enjoy, then I may do another batch with organic berries. At the time they didn't have any in stock, and I don't know that they will be, but the price is like more than double. A 12-ounce bag of the organic cranberries was like $2.50, and the standard was 97 cents. So these are 97-cent ones. I want to make sure I'm going to like this before I put that much money into it. And so I don't think cranberries are one of those things that come on like a lot of pesticides, but we did wash these. Oh goodness, I think I should be measuring this. I'm not going to measure it. What I do know though is these jokers need to be coated good, because good gracious, my tongue. My mouth is still recovering. I'm gonna say how much is in this bag. This says 16 ounces. I'm not using all of this bag, I don't think. Let's try that. Oh, you know what I feel like I should have did? Oh man, I should have blended them first, huh? And then added the sugar. Oh man. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't freak out, Sheena. We're just stirring with our left hand. Yeah, stirring with the left hand is not the business for me. I am so right-handed, it's ridiculous. So my thought is to take this and pulse it, kind of like, I want to try it now. Woo! It was like a Sour Patch Kid, except it's sweet first and then sour. What I want to do is almost make like a brittle type thing here. And I like the confectioner sugar, but I feel like I want to use some granulated sugar too. I want something that has a little bit more texture to it. So I'm going to put a little bit more of this in here. But I think, you know, blend it. And then maybe sprinkle some granulated sugar on top. We also use organic cane sugar, because we also use our sugar for our ginger bug, and we don't want to inadvertently introduce anything in there that's going to be harmful. So okay, I had used a blender for cracking some organic corn for the chickens, since it's kind of cool. And so I had to wash it. Let me grab it out of the sink. Guess what? I was going to the sink and I was getting my blender, the Ninja, to wash it, and it dawned on me, because I didn't see my y'all, I'm crazy. I didn't see my usual in the usual spot where I keep my freeze dryer trays. They were not there, and I was like, wait a minute, where's my... They're all in the freezer. They have Kiwana melons on them, pre-freezing. They are supposed to go into the freeze dryer today. So guess what? This is going to end up being our one for the oven. So surprise! This was something that I was planning on doing. I've gone back and forth and around the corner and come back to the same thing, which is how I get my steps in, by the way. Every day my watch is like, you did so great, you got your steps in. And I'm like, I know I did, because I walked in the kitchen about 10 times trying to remember why I walked in the kitchen. I don't know, I feel like this needs more sugar. Since I'm not going to freeze dry. See, that's the other thing. Freeze drying does concentrate flavor, and I've learned that the hard way. When I made our first batch of the Kiwana salt and vinegar chips, I seasoned them to taste good before freeze drying. Then we freeze dried them, and it was so salty. So salty. So, lesson learned. I don't know how much sugar I've added. But they're pretty well. Oh, no, I'll take that back. Now, in the videos that I saw, they were completely coated. Like, they were little white snowballs. There is some red showing on some of mine here. So this parchment paper I bought from, it's a pre-cut parchment paper from Crunch. Oh gracious. It's Crunch Co. And it's specifically for the freeze dryer, with the freeze dryer in mind. Alright, and with the fingers we go. I am not afraid to play with my food. So what are we going to do about those avocados? We're going to have to pray that tomorrow they are not completely, well, I can't even say tomorrow, depending on how long these Kiwana melons take. I didn't time that just right. Now, I do have 2 sets of trays, but guess what? All 2 sets, 8 trays total, are in the freezer. because there are so many watermelons, y'all. If you watched that video, you already know. Let me wash my hands. There we go. So, okay, we're at 140. So, when I ordered these cranberries to try that recipe, I noticed that they were on sale for 97 cents. Probably because the turkey day is over and they have a surplus that they need to get rid of. I don't know like what the shelf life is on them, but I've researched a lot of different things about cranberry, how to freeze dry them, and I think what I'm also going to do is I want to be able to freeze dry some as well to make a powder out of, because I personally, with some of my spinal issues, I have something where my bladder doesn't completely empty and it makes me more prone to bladder infections. And so I've been doing really, really good because I've been making sure that I hydrate really good with water. I can see it in my head. Red roselle, there it is, that we have processed over the years. We didn't do this year. We did white roselle this year, but the red roselle hibiscus has been also really good for helping with that. I don't know why, but it does. Maybe it's the hydrating factor. For me, that's been my experience. I'm not telling you to go do that, but for me, that's been my experience. But cranberry juice itself can be kind of like abrasive to the throat, you know. It's strong. Like the pure stuff is strong and it's expensive. So if I can take a bunch of cranberries and take them, pulse them into like a mash, and then take that mash and put it into the dehydrator and make a powder out of it, I can throw that into a cup of tea, I can throw that into a smoothie, some yogurt, whatever, and I'm getting that benefit without having to turn my mouth inside out. But also I'm guaranteed to get cranberry and not some of the things that they do mix with cranberry to cut some of the sourness. Like a lot of your cranberry juices or cocktails will have apple juice mixed in with them, which I love apple juice too, but if I want cranberry juice, I'm drinking cranberry juice because I need it. Having the freeze dryer opens up that possibility for me. So I have the 10 bags of the regular in my cart now, and then I'm probably gonna add some of the organic bags as well. Oh, that was the other thing about the organic bags. Not only is, I think I said 12 ounces earlier, but I do believe it was actually 8 ounces for the 248. So still, I don't know if I'm gonna do that or not. That's just such a big price difference, but we'll see. We're at 171 on the oven now. I'm gonna check real quick and see what the time for baking these in the oven was.
A few moments later.
Alright, so see, some of them popped. I let them stay too long. But I'm sure they're still going to be delicious. So we're just gonna let these sit and cool. And oh no! All right, let me stop messing with them. I'm knocking the candy off. I'm gonna let these sit and cool. I don't know, probably about 20 minutes, and maybe even 30. We'll come back. All right, I'm gonna try one now. Da 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 da. Is it gonna focus for you? There we go. That's not bad. You want to try one that's been candied?
You should put. I feel like you should put it in the air
You're
fryer.
being recorded with your bonnet on.
Wait, sorry, you ASMR going on.
You want another one? That's good. Simple but delicious. I think they need to sit a little bit longer because that one just crumbled. I feel like I think I'm gonna like this better though as a freeze dried brittle. So imagine mixing it all together with some sugar, crunching it, like pulsing it in the blender where they're not whole anymore, and then making little pieces of brittle out of it. All right, one more for the road. So this is what
Alright, now don't drop this.
Oh.
Stop blizzard.
it's stuck.
No.
I'm not gonna flip it upside down. These are the Kiwano slices that we've seasoned with garlic, pepper, salt. Yeah, that's what's going into the freeze dryer now, and it's what was occupying my trays. So yeah. This tray here, I did some peppers. I did these peppers here. I think there's 2 jars. Hold on. Yeah. No. Wait. Oh, the other ones I put in the bag. But anyway, this tray here, these peppers here were not fully dry. And so I just put them back in the freezer. And then when I did the Kiwano spears, these were not fully dry either. So I just put them back in the freezer. And they're just gonna go in with this stuff here. Okay. Freezing. Okay, it is several days later. Those cranberries soaked for quite a while in that orange juice, so they should have a really nice flavor. I blended the sugar, cranberries, and some granola, and then I added a little bit of the Sprite and orange juice mixture to make it liquid enough, I guess, in order to get it into these individual silicone trays. And so I sprinkled a little bit more of the powdered sugar, as you can see here, inside the mold before putting them in. And I'm just gonna put this in the freezer now so it can freeze overnight, and in the morning we'll be back and we'll get it into the freeze dryer. It is a very chilly morning here in Dothan, Alabama. I have on my Mickey Mouse hoodie. I have on my fluffy socks. See my fluffy socks? See my fluffy socks? They're so cute. Ignore the fat feet. And you may be wondering, if it's so cold and chilly, Sheena, why did you get out of the bed? I'll tell you why. Because our freeze dryer told me that it was time for me to get up. No joke. So the trays that have our cranberry bites, cranberry yogurt, granola bites, and the chicken broth, I restarted them last night because the chicken broth seemed like it had some cold spots. It had run for quite a while already, and I wasn't too keen on having to do extra time. However, it is important to obviously make sure everything is done properly because we want this to store properly. So I did add a few more hours. It probably only needed a couple, but here's the thing, that couple would have put me up at like 2 o'clock in the morning. And we've had this discussion before. Y'all know I don't play about my sleep. When I gotta sleep, I gotta sleep. So I think I gave it 4 or 6 hours, and then I knew it would do the warming time and all of that. And so here we are. It's been ready now for probably about an hour. I have some coffee starting. Definitely need to do that. And I also want to figure out how to store these. Like the bites, I feel like I want to do in like something like this. Okay? Something like this. A big jar that's nice and pretty. And this one's got moisture in it. But this may be my last big one, so I may have to figure this out. This coffee cannot come quick enough. You see how I'm struggling with my words more than usual? That's one of the things that I haven't seen on any video yet. Like, when it comes to when you're dealing with freeze-dried items, like obviously you don't want any moisture in your containers, your blender, if you're going to be blending up like fruit powders or whatever. So what are we doing to mitigate that? Are we because this right here ain't the business. I believe alcohol for me would be the best. I think it is. It's gonna sanitize, it's gonna clean, but it is also going to evaporate. I still don't trust that. I wonder if I put it in the microwave for a minute, what that would do. Alright, let's get some coffee, y'all. What kind of creamer do you use in your coffee? I have gone back and forth between many, and it's a combination of this, and this is a powdered non-dairy creamer that's caramel flavored, and this is also caramel flavored. I love caramel. I'm thinking about when I get some free time with the freeze dryer, running some experiments. I want to do a freeze dried version of this, because I don't know, maybe I should research it first, because I don't see it in the store, like a powdered form of oat milk. Why isn't there one? Does it not freeze dry well? And I feel like I found one somewhere for like a ridiculous amount of money, like Amazon maybe, or Thrive or something like that. Maybe it was Azure. And I was like, no. And the reason why I say that is because I like my coffee hot, and the liquid creamer, because it has to be refrigerated, cools the coffee. And so I will usually either warm the creamer first or warm it after, like everything after the fact. I'm gonna go around here and open up the valve for the pressure release. Really not a lot of pressure because it's been sitting for a minute. So, Paul, are you acting a fool? Somebody's got the zoomies. So this is the this doesn't have granola in it, does it? I don't see granola. This is just the yogurt and the cranberry together. The soaked cranberry and the orange juice and the Sprite. This is that. Super cool. Okay. This is the one with the granola. This is when I first started deciding to do the yogurt, and then I read somewhere, something made me research that when it's just yogurt, it can come out chalky. And I figured ones that were mainly yogurt would probably also come out the same way. And so the rest of them I mixed more heavily. And so, look at the ones here with the bubbles. That's adorable. You didn't know bubble. Alright, I've already tasted these, so I know that they're good. We all tasted them last night. So, again, we're back to the storage issue. I'm gonna take this jar here. Feels like... Ooh. Let's try this. Let's just try to see if we can just flip them all out. I was really worried about is that they would just crumble to pieces. And I mean, technically that would be fine too, because I would have just used them for like yogurt or something. But what I really wanted was okay. What I really wanted was to be able to use these as just like a bite, like a snack. Literally, like, oh, I'm so famished. I must have yogurt and cranberry. I think that's going to be really fun to clean. Aww. These ones that are just the cranberry and yogurt will probably be used more like in an oatmeal or to add flavor to some yogurt or smoothie. And the ones that have the granola will probably be used more like the snack. I know my family, like I think I know my family. That's the way it's gonna go. That is beautiful though. Look at that. Now I'm not gonna be able to get this other tray in there completely. You can see that. To think that this all came from, oh, that's what I was going to tell you guys. Okay, so this all started from trying a viral recipe trend that became popular. I don't know when, because I'm always late to the show. So, but I noticed it this year. And since cranberries are in season, it's nice to have these different options out there for being able to use them creatively. So I'm not even mad. I'm not mad at all. But it was good in the moment, like when they were fresh. But let me show you what happened. And it could have been something I did wrong. I'm pretty sure it's something I did wrong. The sugar ended up went to the bottom, and then it created this like syrupy thing. So most of it's been used now, but it was great on oatmeal and on yogurt. It worked out really well. So I don't even think I need to put an oxygen absorber in there, because I honestly don't think they're gonna last long. Let's put this back to the side. But you know what? I will. I opened up the cabinet here. I see one of these Slim Jim. Slim Jim. Slim Jim. I said Slim Jim. Oh, Slim Chickens. Slim Chickens jars. What they serve their banana pudding in. You can put some in there. Okay, all sealed up. I love looking at the things that I have created, and so the jar thing for me is just a natural go-to. I love that this thing works for both. These are new. I cleaned them the other day and dried them and suctioned the lid back on, because I figured the situation was going to come up where I was going to need a dry one ready to go. I gotta go find some bags for the rest of these, and I'm gonna package them up because you've seen me do enough packaging so far. And then we'll start working on the chicken broth. I'm really excited about that because I think we're gonna get a chance to use our blender. Oh, did I tell you? We were able to get a Vitamix blender to help process our freeze-dried spices and whatnot. And so this will allow us to do larger amounts and allow us to be able to really get them fine for seasonings and stuff like that. We used it for the first time with the yonshi seasoning here, and man, that thing is a powerhouse. So we're going to conclude our video here. Thanks for watching this long journey. It definitely has taken longer than I expected to get this simple project done. Life and unforeseen occurrences is just a legitimate, real thing. And homesteading often includes all of the unforeseen things, and you just have to stay adaptable and keep it fluid and keep moving. We'll see you in the next video, and remember, grow big from home. Thanks for watching. Bye.